Good morning. I'm Pastor Corby Johnson, and I'm so glad that you joined me today for Devotions in the Proverbs. I'm videotaping this from my office in Safford, Arizona, and just looking out into the beautiful blue sky, just a tiny bit of breeze, and it's going to be a beautiful day. Our proverb today is Proverbs 17, verses 26 through 28. It's Tuesday, June 1st, 2021. It is wrong to punish the godly for being good, or to flog leaders for being honest. A truly wise person uses few words. A person with understanding is even-tempered. Even fools are thought wise when they keep silent, with their mouths shut. They seem intelligent. It's kind of a fun one, isn't it? It is filled with different nuggets. I encourage you to read this in your favorite verses and do just little word studies or think about what was invoked in your mind when you read it. So much fun. The scriptures are called the living word, and I do believe that the scriptures come alive in each of us, generation after generation. As our Imagine session today, imagine being off the charts intelligence. Off the charts intelligence. Perhaps you are. Hooray! I don't happen to have that gift. I think my EQ is much higher than my IQ. But every now and then, I do say something bloody brilliant. I say something that I go, wow, that was a good gift from God, because I wouldn't have thought of that on my own. But imagine being compassionate, or at least honest. Sometimes it's hard to find compassion in this world in which we live, and a lot of times it's difficult to find the truth. Well, I have that rare moment when I keep silent and I just listen. And it's amazing how conversations change when you don't just pipe in with what you're thinking as the person's telling their story. And sometimes your facials, when someone's telling you a story, say it all. Sometimes people are going, and sometimes people are, encouraging you in many ways. So as an activity, I would like you to think before you speak. I think that's difficult for many of us. But when you're thinking, you're still listening to the person instead of jumping right in. And sometimes it's appropriate not to speak at all. That's the keeping silent part. So when you do need to speak, how do you choose your words? Do they just tumble out of your mouth? You're not realizing what you're saying, you just start saying it? Or do you take your time and truly listen before you speak? It's a gift. We don't always get it right. I don't always get it right. But it's important to let others tell you about what's happening in their lives. Do you ever go back to a conversation, rerun it over and over in your mind, and rethink what you said and rethink about what you should have or could have said differently? Our action today is to play a game with a friend or family member. The game is to get your point across in as few words as you can. Now, I was just watching an old TV game show. I think it was probably from the 60s, and they they had cards and teams, so two people on each team, and the person would get a card and try to describe what this word or thing is on the paper, so the person next to them would come up with the word. Yeah, trying to guess and figure out what somebody else is trying to say. It's a lot of fun. As our focus verse, we're going to use verse 28 of Psalm 17, and it reads thusly: Even fools are thought wise when they keep silent. Their mouths shut, they seem intelligent. Psalm 27, verse 28, or Psalm 17, verse 28. Even fools are thought wise when they keep silent. With their mouths shut, they seem intelligent. Well, I think that's about enough for the day. See you tomorrow.